can't sleep with Lefto, you know, he keeps you on edge, on time, in it. He's a collector, he's a progressive DJ. He's like, there's very few of those. Well, musically, he's a crazy guy. He's 5 people in one. He's like a child. He's like he's 16 all the time.
Ik ben Lefto. Ik ben al 20 jaar curator, radiomaker en DJ. Ik reis de hele wereld rond op mijn eigen manier. Ik ontmoet gepassioneerde en getalenteerde personen. En deze wil ik echt met jullie delen.
SEOUL has a very distinct characteristic of being very fast, very responsive. Just in fashion with music, everything, it's very competitive. Everything shoots up and then dies very quickly.
서울은 굉장히 복잡한 도시예요. 물론 전 세계 어느 나라를 가나 다 복잡한 도시지만 굉장히 과거와 뭐 현재가 이상한 형태로 이렇게 섞여 있기도 하고.
Korean subculture is relatively young. Even as it's young, it's quite small. And I think that's due to the urgency that Korean youth feel on having to make a career, build a family, get a 9-to-5 job in a big corporate company. And that sort of urgency just comes from the past 60 years of this country really in a rush to industrialize, to modernize.
In a position itself in a map, like it's between China, Japan, there's a Russia above. The whole neighbor is like very strong. Like everybody's intimidating. That probably created this almost like an anger to be, oh, I'm gonna be better than you someday. I'm gonna be stronger than you someday. So everybody's been running towards that goal, like just to become the best. Let's become the best. So let's work together and do this thing.
It's very important for Koreans to conform, not to stand out, but to be bigger as one and work hard and move culture forward. But that culture is very much dictated by insane corporations. They try to push a very streamlined sort of culture, what is right, how you should look. Like there's a concept called the field manual, and it's just what you do in your life, like A to Z. Like you get into a good school, you get a corporate job, you make the family, and a lot of youth emphasize success on that field manual. There's no room for error, and like error is where you become creative, right? And that's where you see the potential for new things to happen. But the last thing a Korean wants to do is be wrong. They always want to be right, and that right is within a small box.
Hughie heb ik leren kennen toen ik op tour was met Free the Robots. Wij werden toen opgehaald op de luchthaven door haar. Zij nam ons toen mee naar Cake Shop, naar de club waar we moesten spelen. Zij heeft een heel deel van haar leven in Amerika gewoond en is hier teruggekomen. Zij werkte onder andere ook voor Cake Shop, voor Adidas. Het is een heel slimme madame, heel droog soms, maar ik vind haar ongelooflijk.
Cake shop parties are crazy. The kids get nuts.
It's quite different from especially other Asian cultures, club cultures. And I think Korean kids right now, it's just really fresh and new to come to these sort of more indie clubs as opposed to the more mega clubs in Gangnam and such. To come and just really express yourself and let go without any inhibitions.
Je voelt hoe dat die jongeren zich uitleven zoals geen ander. Ik ken geen enkele stad waar ik ze zo heb zien uitleven als Seoul. Ze zijn echt redelijk zot, in feite. Ze gaan ervoor.
You can see that during the normal social structure of Korean day-to-day life, there's a lot of rigid formalities and how you address people. And I noticed that in the party context that those normalities disappear. And it's kind of this ambiguous state where it's informal, it's intimate, but it only lasts within that context. What happens in the hip-hop community as well is university students, for the most part, get into hip-hop, and then they go to the clubs, they listen to the music, they try rapping, they try dancing, whatever it may be, and they feel like they have to grow out of it. And so by the time you finish university or in your mid-20s, like, you have to grow up and get a job. There's a lot of pressure on something like that.
In elke grote stad die je doet, ga je toch altijd even een hoog punt gaan opzoeken waar je dan de hele skyline kunt zien. En beseffen dat er miljoenen mensen leven. En ja, dat de stad toch draait op een of andere manier. Dat is 25 keer Brussel hierin. En je voelt de machine. Je voelt dat er iets broeit in deze stad. Dat het naar omhoog gaat, dat ze samen, en dat is heel belangrijk vind ik, dat ze samen als één gewoon deze stad willen doen leven, willen doen functioneren. Ik speel vaak in Seoul, in Zuid-Korea. En dan moet ik altijd denken aan deze jongens. 360 sounds from Seoul.
360 baby.
South Korea. I have Soulscape on my right. I have Little Min on my left. And on my right, Soulscape. Soulscape, dat is een van mijn maten hier in Seoul, in Seoul. En voor mijn 20e DJ-verjaardag in de AB waren zij er allemaal. En ik had ze toen geïnterviewd, want we deden ook de show live vanuit de AB. Soulscape is een producer, DJ, die opgroeide met een 80s hip-hop sound, zeg maar. Maar die ook helemaal into 70s rare Korean pop, folk, psych is in feite. Hij houdt van al die genres muziek die een beetje verdwenen zijn. En hij brengt ze terug aan de mens, aan de jongeren vooral. So where are we going now?
We're going to underground vinyl market in Myeongdong, which used to be like the biggest underground vinyl market in Korea.
A lot of Korean music?
Yeah, Korean music.
I want Korean music.
Prince all the way.
It's all Korean.
Yep, pretty much.
So where do I start? Where do we start? It's pretty crazy.
Let's see.
It's pretty hard for me to go just right into it and just start looking for it. It's all in Korean.
Yeah. Yeah, actually this record is one of my favorite. And she's a singer, and she's a wife of one of the greatest keyboard player back in 70s.
From Korea?
Yeah.
So it's more funk, you say, right?
Yeah, funk and a little disco. Most of like Korean records, it's almost impossible to find like outside of Korea, because you don't have any roots that carry like Korean records in like other record stores outside of Korea, right?
What's the artist?
It's
Okay, I got it.
we don't even have like artist name here.
No, it must be here. Wait, what's
Yeah.
the number? 4?
It's called Yoon Shin-ae.
Yoon Shin-ae?
Yeah, she's one of the like baddest singer in Korea back in 70s, 80s.
All right.
Maybe.
That's gangster, man.
Yeah.
You're making me curious now.
Nope. Yep.
Uh-oh, I heard something.
It's crazy, right?
Oh, fuck.
It's so psychedelic, but not using like delays and kind of this.
Super funky.
Yeah.
Hippie voice.
Yeah.
Na het einde van de Tweede Wereldoorlog ontstond er een bloeiende muziekscene, vooral beïnvloed door de Amerikanen, zeg maar. Zij brachten de jazz, de soul, de boogaloo, de funk, al die stijlen naar Zuid-Korea. En er ontstonden dan ook heel veel clubs eigenlijk, rond de militaire basissen van de Amerikanen. Koreanen gingen hun eigen funk, soul en wat het ook was gaan maken. In de 70s was er een militaire dictatuur en wilde de president al die decadente westerse muziek uit zijn land. Hij begon toen met de grote kuis. Labels werden opgedoekt, artiesten werden opgepakt en uiteindelijk verdween al die muziek.
그런 뮤지션들이 많이 활동을 못 하게 됐어요. 그래서 많은 음악들이 잊혀지게 되었고, 그 뒤로 몇십 년 동안 그런 음악들이 거의 명맥이 끊겼다고 생각을 하는데, 그렇기 때문에 그런 것들을 새로 발견하는 DJ들의 입장에서는 그런 음악들이 굉장히 좀 재밌는 음악들이 많고, 그런 음악들을 새로 발견하는 것들이 어떻게 보면은 제가 하고 있는 일 중에 하나죠. This one is pretty hard.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Alchemist. Oh, this is gangster.
This one is gangster. Yeah. This one is amazing.
That's so hip-hop, man. I could hear Alchemist flipping this.
There's some AOAs
And look at this. Like, we do it like this. When you make beats, you put it in 45. Oh, yeah. I can hear a rapper on this, man. Yeah, man.
군대 있을 때는 저는 미군 부대에서 생활을 했는데, 거기에 저랑 같이 근무하던 친구들이 대부분 남부에서 온 친구들이 많아서 아틀란타 그리고 알라바마, 루이지애나 쪽에서 온 친구들이 많았기 때문에 그 전까지는 제가 모르던 음악들, 특히 서던 랩이나 뉴올리언스 음악들, 그런 음악들에 대해서 굉장히 많이 알게 됐고, 그러면서 되게 음악적인 취향이나 전반적인 스타일이 되게 넓어졌던 것 같아요.
감사합니다. 감사합니다. 바이. 안녕하세요.
ever since I was a little kid, like there was, you know, crayons and little paints and watercolor paints and stuff like that all around me. You know, I was very much into it, and I somehow like knew that I was gonna paint, but obviously the Korean education system is not really supportive of that. It's more of everybody doing the same thing. Everybody's got one goal, and everybody's running towards that one goal. Later, when I graduated university in Australia, like that's when I like the painting and the drawing part, the art came back in my heart.
Yo, dude, man, the fucking weather.
Yeah, man, what's up? Sorry, I got
What's up, man? Wait, oh, hold on. I
Okay,
take my shoes off.
shoes off.
All right, of course, you know. What's up, man?
Dude, not much, man.
This is your paddy?
Yeah, this is my pad. It's where I live and my paint, where I fuck and shit and eat.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Wow, man.
So I've been painting this today.
This is the true life of an artist. Just he lives in his art. So you got discharged from the army in
man.
July?
Yeah, last year. And then I got myself a studio, this place, in August. Ever since then, I've just been painting.
In Korea, it's mandatory to do military service between the age of, I think, 19 to 30, I think.
Ik weet zeker dat veel van mijn vrienden klaar zouden zijn om voor hun land te vechten, wat wij ons zelfs niet meer kunnen inbeelden. Ik zou bijvoorbeeld nooit vechten voor mijn land. Ik zou gewoon lopen, weglopen.
I became a radio man whose job is to like stand next to lieutenant and report everything that he says and, you know, receive that, you know, transmission and explain to him what's going on. I had some balls to, you know, ask him during weekends if we could bring out the speaker out to the rooftop and play some music just for, you know, recreation purposes. And he said, okay. I'm like, sweet. And sometimes I would just kind of just go a little bit to the right to the maximum volume. It was actually loud enough that I don't know if they heard it or not, but North Koreans actually came out when I did that and came out from their post and basements and stuff, and they started like looking towards the south with binoculars. And this North Korean soldier came out from his post and started like climbing on top of his post, and then he pulled out a guitar and he was sitting down on the floor like this, and then started playing guitar like in the DMZ, just singing at the very front line, and he was not losing the human side, and it was such a touching moment.
Here's some music for you to inspire you, man, in your work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Je ziet hem luisteren naar John Coltrane en hij begint te schilderen, weet je. Of hij luistert naar een Lefto mix of zo, of whatever, en hij begint te schilderen.
When I paint, I just pick up the paint like instantly, like no thinking about it. I don't really try to analyze. I go as I feel. So it's almost like jazz play, improvisation.
Why are the eyes so red, man? Weed?
Possibly, but the eyes when they're
I like when you say possibly, man.
Why?
Because it means that you're just doing it and you don't really realize it. You just do it from here and
Yeah,
then.
improvisation.
Yeah.
Playing jazz, man.
Improvisation, yeah.
To be on a realistic level, I'm not really making anything out of my painting. So in order to constantly paint, which is my will, I need to make money in like some other way. So I became like a pizza maker in this shop called Magpie Brewing Company. They're awesome. So that's how I get my money to support my art at the moment.
한국 사회에서 특히나 요즘 같은 시대에는 이렇게 자유롭게 하고 싶은 거를 하면서 뭐 자기 커리어를 한다든지 그러면서 이렇게 생활을 하는 게 쉽지 않아요. 앞으로는 더 쉽지 않을 거예요. 저도 쉽지 않았지만은 일단 많은 부분들을 포기를 해야 될 테고 반대로 혼자이기 때문에 가지고 있어야 하는 그런 책임감이나 해야 되는 일들이 엄청나게 많은데
Dit is Hongdae. En Hongdae is bekend voor de universitaire buurt. Zeg maar de overpoort van Gent in Seoul. Eigenlijk hebben we dit bijna niet meer bij ons. Heel luide straten, waar iedereen op straat komt, waar dat er nog heel veel muziek op straat wordt gespeeld. En dat er muziek uit de clubs echt naar buiten komt. Bij ons is het meteen nachtlawaai, sluiten ze de boel af. Weet je? Mensen moeten leven. En hier voelen ze hun leven. Die cultuurshock van Seoul heb ik eigenlijk nodig om mij te kunnen distancieren van onze samenleving. Om te beseffen dat er ook mensen zijn die anders leven en anders denken. En dat inspireert mij eigenlijk. Sounds heb ik leren kennen door Soulscape. Hij introduceerde mij eigenlijk aan al zijn maten, die allemaal part of the crew zijn. Ze hebben ook allemaal hun eigen specialiteit. De ene is photographer, de andere is designer. Maar eigenlijk draait het allemaal om één ding. En dat is de passie voor muziek eigenlijk.
For sure, it's all about the music. It's always going to be about the music. But then they've grown that into various creative facets. Design, fashion, food, and it's fun to see everybody's grown up but still kept it together. And it's still always about the music, but a little bit more. More grown up and very influential.
360은 2005년에 시작한 걸로 제가 기억을 하는데 제일 중요한 거는 360이라는 거를 왜 하게 됐냐면 그런 상업적인 클럽들이나 이런 것들이 대부분이어서 우리처럼 여러 가지 음악들을 좋아하는 DJ들이 틀만한 파티가 별로 없었어요. 그래서 그런 파티를 만들려고 시작한 게 원래는 360이었고 그러다 보니까 자연스럽게 여러 아티스트들이 모여서 뭐 DJ들뿐 아니라 뭐 MC나 사진 찍는 사람들이나 뭐 그런 다양한 사람들이 모이게 돼서 이렇게 크루가 됐어요.
Is this your last ship? The new? 네, 최근 시즌이하고.
Some deaf. VJ. 어찌 내가 감히 야탁하는 말 들면 많이 그걸로 그냥 가지는 매력을 다 표현하니 아마니 기준전형적인 타고남이 타입은 아닐 거야 붙이남이
Just skip. Sounds like geology.
미국이나 뭐 유럽이나 다른 나라들을 다니면서 많은 이제 크루들을 만나보고 했지만 360을 비롯해서 뭐 한국만의 그런 특징이 있는 것 같아요. 굉장히 가족 같은 그리고 뭐 물론 우리는 다 뭐 친구고 뭐 형 동생이고 이런 약간 브라더후드 같은 그런 것들이 있는데 그게 굉장히 타이트해요. 그래서 어떻게 보면 서로 굉장히 많이 헌신하기도 하고 서로 많이 희생하면서 공동체 이런 거를 지키기 위해서 노력하는 것도 있고 이런 거는 되게 한국적인 문화에서 또 시작된 게 아닌가.
Oh, that's more your speech. Skipping.
약간 배틀하는 것 같아. It's not better. Good.
That's the scratch language. This is the real language we talk together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't speak really Korean, and I don't speak German, he doesn't speak French or Dutch, but there's one language we understand. It's the scratch language.
Scratch language.
Lil Min is eigenlijk de kapitein. Hij organiseert heel veel voor 360 Sounds. Alle events gaan eigenlijk via hem. Is this for suicide? So you can
Right. Yeah. So many suicide happen.
Yeah.
So
Especially youth, right? Young people.
right.
And then they jump. So they build this.
Yeah.
아침이 스인 차가운 산 안개 속에 핀 고운 꽃잎에 아롱지면 숲속에는
Ik bewonder eigenlijk Lil Min voor zijn ondernemingschap. Hij is een zeer gedreven persoon. Naast zijn restaurant Hideout, waar hij tot 3 uur 's morgens werkte, werkte hij dan ook nog voor 360 Sounds, dus events organiseren, dergelijke.
안개 속에 핀 지퍼처럼
하이드아웃 서울은 먹는 것들, 먹고 마시고 즐기는 것들이 베이스가 된 장소입니다. 저희가 원래 360이나 뭐 저희 친구들이 룸 360이나 방배동에 있는 작업실을 통해서 모였었지만 그곳은 음악이 주가 된 장소였고 하이드아웃은 먹을 것이 주가 된 장소입니다. 먹을 것이 주가 된 장소는 되게 기본적인 사람의 욕구이기 때문에 더 쉽게 경험들을 그리고 더 자주 경험들을 공유할 수 있는 장소가 되어가고 있다고 생각합니다.
떠나야 할 그 사람 잊지 못할 그대여 하고 싶은 그 말을
There is that third generation of subculture, those youth that have grown up in the digital age and are exposed to, you can become an artist, you can become your own rapper, a fashion designer. Youth are becoming more encouraged to be independent.
나 혼자서 숨길 수 없어요.
음악적으로나 인생에서나 제일 중요한 거는 진짜 내가 하고 싶은 걸 하면서 산다는 그런 뭐 자유겠죠. 그걸 지켜가면서 이렇게 하고 있다는 게 저한테는 되게 자랑스러운 일이기도 해요.
It's almost like a rubber balloon that is filling up, and the gas is like a youngster. But hasn't blown up yet, just because the fact that the rubber balloon's really thick. The conservative, the old Korea is very thick. Eventually, it'll expand and blow up. I think that's what's happening right now.
숨길 수 없어요. 숨길 수 없어요.